Welcome back, guys. This is Richard from Productivv Academy, and in this video we are going to see about what are stateful widgets. We saw about stateless widgets and rows and columns and buttons, etc, etc. Now let's see about what are stateful widgets. Stateful widgets are widgets whose state change over time. In all these widgets we saw, the state remains the same. For example, icon remains the same, and text widget remains the same, and a button remains the same. It doesn't change. No text is changing, no icon is changing, nothing is changing. So those are stateless widgets. But when we come to stateful widgets, its state changes over time based on a particular action, let's say. So let me first delete all of these. I'm going to delete all these stateless widgets for now. I'll even delete this one, my app stateless widget. So I'll delete all of these. Now I'll say stateful widget. So for that I need to say stful. For stateless I said stless. For stateful I need to say stful, and when I press enter, a new stateful widget will be created for me. And here I'll say my app. So I'm calling this widget my app, and inside this widget I'm gonna say material app as usual, material app, and inside here I'll say home, scaffold. All right, so let's now run it. I'll save it and let's see how our apps looks like now. Why is it not updating? Because we just changed the whole widget. Whenever we were changing something, it was updating that particular stateless widget, but now we just erase the entire widget. So what we need to do is go to here and click on restart. You need to restart the app for it to update all these changes. I'm restarting the app. Yeah, we got it. Only our scaffold widget remains. Now let's create an app bar as usual. App bar. Okay, so inside app bar I need to call the app bar widget app bar, and here let's say title text of Productivv. All right, I've set my app bar. Now we need to update something, right? So let's say I'm having a text somewhere. So what I'll say is I'll go here, I'll just center the title to center title equals true. All right, title will be centered now. So now I will create a body, and we need something to update inside our stateless widget. So for that I'm creating a text here, so the text will be updated. So what I'll say is text of I'll say I'll just give here a number for now. So now let's save it, and there it is. So I'll just center the text so that it looks better. Center child. All right, so I'm centering the text, and I'll also give the text some text styles. Style, text style, so inside it I'll say size, font size 20, and font weight dot bold. All right, so now let's see how it looks like. I'll get this to the next row. Great. So now I'll save this. Yeah, so here I am a one with a font size 20, so I think I can increase it to 40. Yeah, this looks better. So instead of a single text, I need to create a variable and pass that variable inside this text, so that whenever we update that variable, the text will be updated too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a variable called counter int, which is going to be an integer. So I'm going to say int counter, and I'll initialize it as 0. Okay, now here I'm going to pass that variable. To pass a variable inside a string, you need to give the $sign. Well, where is it? Yeah, $sign and the variable name. So now if I run this, okay, so we got it. The variable has been changed here, right here too. The number has been changed to 0. It was 1, now it's 0. So now what you're gonna do is we're gonna find a way to update this variable. We're gonna find a way to update this number perhaps. So what we can do is, well, I can say I'll create a button, a floating action button perhaps, floating action button, and here I'll say first onPressed function, onPressed, and I'm gonna leave it as it is for now, and then I'm gonna create a child icon icons dot add. Yeah, I think that's right. Now let's save it, and our floating action button must be visible right now. I'll get on press to the next line and the child to the next line too. Yeah, so we have a floating action button right here. So what I'm going to do is whenever I press this floating action button, this number should be increased. So it's easy. Inside my onPress function, I can just give counter plus equals 1. That's all we need to give. Now let's save this. Alright, so I've set my counter. So whenever I press this counter, the number should be increased right here. So let's try running it. And yeah, I'm pressing my button, but that number is not increasing. Why is it not increasing? Well, let's check. Let's check if our function is actually working. So I'll say print. I pressed it 2 times for now. So I'll say print counter. Where is the dollar sign? Dollar counter. Yeah. So now let's see if it's actually working. So I'll open the console and see if our number is updating right here. So you can see I pressed the button 3 times and it's updated now, but whenever I press it, it's not updating here. It's not updating here, but here it's has been updated as 4. I'll press it again, 5. So it's updating here, but it's not updating right here. But when I restart the app, when I save it and when I restart it, that will be updated right here, because we need to change the state. Whenever I'm saving the app, it's actually changing, it's actually rerunning the whole widget right here. So we need to change the state of that particular widget. When it's running the whole widget again, it's changing the state to the one which we have changed. So you need to change the state. For that, it's not just enough to give it as counter plus equal to 1. You need to do something else, which is, I'll remove this print for now. There is a function called as set state. Yeah. So just copy this part, counter, and paste it right here. Now it will be working perfectly, because we are setting that the counter state to +1. So whenever we are pressing the button now, the state will be increased and it will change automatically. So let's see it. First I'll restart it so the number comes at 0. Okay, so our app has been restarted. Now I'll press my button and let's see if it's working. Cool, it's working now. So whenever I press my button now, our number is increasing. So that is the purpose of a stateful widget. That is the function of a stateful widget. Whenever I press something or some action is taken, the widget state needs to be changed. So this is a stateful widget. Our number here, this one is a stateful widget. And in stateful widgets, mostly we use this set state function whenever we need to change the state of the particular widget, or let it be a number, or let it be a icon, or whatever. You need to use this set state function. So this set state function actually changes the state of the particular widget. So the state of this widget remains 0, but whenever we are giving it inside the set state function, it changes the state of that widget whenever we are calling this particular function. When is this function called? Whenever you are pressing this button, the function is called. So whenever you are calling this function, the widget state has been changing. So that's it about stateful widgets, and we'll be looking more about stateful widgets in the upcoming videos. This is just an introduction of what is possible using stateful widgets. So we'll be looking into more about stateful widgets, and we'll be creating a to-do list app in the upcoming videos. And I hope you understood completely about stateful widget. And if you did found this video useful, please drop a like. It would be helpful to me. And if you are having any doubts or questions, leave them in the comment section and I'll definitely reply them. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I'm releasing new videos every week, and I've planned a lot of content for the future. So thank you so much for watching till the end of the video. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.